Hey everyone, this is going to be a video response to Fact versus Religion latest two-part video about uh, disrespecting atheists or something like that. You've probably seen the video. She's a very popular user on here, but if you haven't, this will be a response to the first part. So go and check her videos out, and then if you'd like, come back and watch mine. Uh, by doing this, I do realise that I probably get a lot of the fanboys, and to a certain extent Thunderfoot fanboys as well, who probably won't like what I have to say. But the way I feel right now, I do not fucking care. Bring it, not bothered. First off, before I get into the main points I want to make, I just want to say this has never been, with this take burning a page of the Bible, rolling it up and smoking it, and the Crackgate thing, which was a while back, that got a lot of people pissed off. It's never been about rights. Fact can do whatever the fuck she wants with her own life. That's none of my business. I don't think you'll find any atheist on here that will say that she doesn't have the right to do it. We all know that she has the right to do it. For all I care, that she could, take a handful of Qurans, rip every page out, and rub herself all over with them. I could care. I couldn't care less. It's none of my fucking business. But it's just as I thought the same thing with the Crackergate thing. It's just really fucking childish. It just speaks of this sort of childhood mentality where you want to try and do something with the intention, belief of just pissing people off. It's just this really lame rebelliousness. It's kind of that derp, I'm going to take a page out of the Bible and roll it up with, and smoke it with some marijuana. Oh, this will really get the Christians pissed off. Derp. This is what it seems like to me. There's no other point apart from it. I'm not saying everything has to have a point, but it's just really fucking childish. It just feels like the fact is just trying to rebel against something, and she can't find anything else, so she's just trying to rebel against religion for some reason. And Fact talks about how people may think it's book burning, and she says that some people may think that, but that's because a lot of those people have mental conditioning. Well, thank you, fucking Dr. Freud. I do not happen to have any mental conditioning when it comes to religion. I was never religious. I was not brought up in a religious household. I've been to church maybe less than 10 times in my entire life, and I haven't gone for, the last time I went was in 2004 for my nan's funeral, and that's it. I've never been brought up with religion, and yet I still think this is a fucking stupid thing to do. And yes, I would feel the same even if it was a Harry Potter book that you took a page out of. I just do not have, just burning literature does not sit very well with me. It makes me feel very uneasy. It's just, if you're okay with doing that, then then maybe next time you'll burn 2 pages of the Bible, maybe 5, maybe 10. It's just too close to book burning. It is to me. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion, and it has nothing to do with the type of book. As I said, I do not like Twilight. Yeah, I would feel the same if you burned Twilight. I would feel exactly the same if you burnt Twilight, and then now when you burn the Bible, I would just think it's a completely pointless, childish thing to do, and it serves, absolutely no point. And you say that there is hypocrisy in the atheist community, which I would really love for you to point out, by the way, Fact, because with these videos that people make criticising you and some of the things you've done, I really don't see any hypocrisy. If you're going to do something like this that is deliberately made to goad people into a reaction, which is inherently irrational, it's very base, then don't be surprised if other atheists will see this thing and see it as unreasonable and make videos against it. I don't see how that is hypocritical, and I'm sorry that you're disappointed. I'm sorry we don't all meet your high standards. I'm not the kind of person that will automatically respect a belief. I don't respect the Bible, I don't respect the Quran, I don't respect any holy book. But I do respect some people who believe in the Bible. And there's a big difference between the Bible and the people who believe in them. Because yeah, they may pick and choose, but then it's not as if we all don't pick and choose from various things in our lives in order to live our lives the way we see fit. We all pick and choose, and I don't think it's fair to single out the religious people for maybe picking and choosing certain parts of their holy book, and and saying I'll believe in this and not believe in that. And you also say that to whoever was filming you that what do you say to people who think that you may be driving a wedge between different people, and you just say I'm just being honest. Well, there you have it, folks. She doesn't really care about offering an olive branch to moderates. She doesn't really care about not offending them. She's just doing it for the lulz. She's just doing it for the sake of being offensive. I don't understand that kind of thinking. Religious moderates are the type of people that we should be respecting, because they're inside their own particular religion. They can help us from the inside. They can try and get maybe more progressive teachings passed in the religion. Religion's never going to go away, no matter how much some people want it to. But if we have people on the inside, as it were, then they can help us. They can introduce new, maybe new scientific teachings, and try and get people to see that, as many religious people do, that gay people are just people, just like us. We need religious moderates in order to soften the blow of religion, soften the blow that religion has on our daily politics. It's just that kind of bullshit thinking. It's exactly the same kind of mentality that the deeply religious and extremists of any kind, including Pat Condell, have. You just have this incredibly narrow-minded view of how things are. It's just that with the deeply religious, it's just completely opposite to yours. With you, it's just religious equals bad. Religious equals no respect for anybody who happens to have a belief, and fuck them, and I'll just be offensive to them whenever I damn well want. And that's the exact same kind of mentality that the deeply religious people have, except that they think that way about us. And you think, with being an atheist, you would understand that this type of thinking is inherently dangerous, because it will lead to extremism, and extremism in any form, whether it is atheism or religious extremism, is never going to lead to a good end. And I put Pat Condell in, because he is an atheist extremist, the kind of person that groups all Muslims together, who votes for a bigoted party like the UK, like UKIP. And it doesn't really surprise me that you favorited some of his videos, because I can see there's a lot of the same sort of thinking patterns there. And yes, again, about the fucking Ground Zero Mosque. No, it's not opening on 9/11. It would never ever open on 9/11. There is no evidence whatsoever that the park was ever going to be open on September 11th. I think the people who are against this build, and I'm going to give them a little bit more credit to that, there's no way that they would do that, just because that would be insensitive to the max. They don't want to do this. They just want to build a community centre where Muslims can go and play basketball, cook, and yes, pray. That was just a fact that was pulled out of some bigoted fucktard's ass, just to try and get people more riled up and more angry against this community centre. And the next thing is about this fucking stupid idea that Muslims build mosques where over conquered land or something. Do you really think that the Muslims have fucking conquered America? Is the fucking the star of Islam, is that flying in the fucking White House? Do we have a Muslim president? And I know we don't, so don't fucking, none of you fucking idiots out there, do not say that we do. We do not have a Muslim president. The White House does not have a fucking minaret on it where the call to prayer is heard 5 times a day. How many Muslims are there in America? I'll find out and I'll put it in the annotations. But there's a very, very few amounts. So in what way is this seen as a victory? In fact, it's even worse, because people are even more bigoted toward Muslims after 9/11 than they were before. So in fact, this 9/11 was actually served to actually make Muslims feel even more oppressed in America. So in what way is this a victory mosque? Victory for what? It just baffles my mind. We don't have fucking Islamic armies marching down the fucking street of New York or any other American cities. There isn't a new law that says that all women must wear the burqa. Fucking victory mosque, my ass. Anyway, that's all I have to say. It's just bullshit, really. The arguments against the Ground Zero Mosque, and I just, do whatever you want, fact, but I'm gonna think that it's fucking childish, you know. Not everything has to have a point, but you cannot be surprised when you do something that's deliberately there to antagonize people, and people get antagonistic with you. You just can't. Anyway, I think that was all I wanted to say on this subject. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday, and cheerio.